good afternoon. Today I want to talk to you about how to grow from a challenge. How by taking risks, jumping into the cold water, you can really improve your life, your career. And I will do it by a story from my career. 12 years ago, I became the first Israeli male who ever won the European Championship in Judo, in the history of Judo. And I was preparing myself for the main event that year, the World Championship. The World Championship was held in Munich, in the same exact place where 11 Israeli athletes were murdered in 1972. I guess you all know the story. In 1972 Olympic Games, a group of terrorists entered into Olympic Village and murdered 11 Israeli athletes and coaches. And I was supposed to compete in the same exact place. Because I was supposed to compete in the Olympic Village and I became the first European champion and I grew up in a Pardes Katz, which is a very bad neighborhood in Israel, a young director named Rotem came to me and wanted to make a movie about me, about my road to the World Championship. And I told him, why not? Nobody ever wanted to make a movie about me. So he came to me to my parents' house for a Friday night dinner, walked with me in Pardes Katz neighborhood, came with me for training in Israel, international training camp, and we came together to the World Championship. You have to understand, the European champion that is coming to the World Championship is usually one of the favorites for a medal, without a doubt. So I was walking there in the hotel corridor, in the stadium hall, with the whole camera crew behind me, you know, the director, the camera guy, the sound man, feeling a little bit like a rock star. You know, in judo, it's not so common that they are following you everywhere. I came to the competition. My first match was against Nicholas Gill from Canada. I went on the mat, gave the traditional bow, started the fight, and after 2 minutes, he threw me by ippon, and I finished the fight. Ippon is the knockout of judo, so after 2 minutes, I was out. The World Championship was over for me, after 2 minutes. You have to understand, I trained really hard for this competition. 12 times a week, condition training, weightlifting training, going to international training camp all over the world, doing 3 or 4 times a week physiotherapist treatment, working with a sports psychologist, eating on time, sleeping on time. All my life was directed to that moment, and after 2 minutes, it was gone. And I forgot to tell you that the camera crew was following me everywhere, yeah? I didn't know what to do, you know. I went back to the warm-up area. I felt so frustrated. I felt that I trained really good for this competition. I was well prepared, but somehow I couldn't perform on the mat. I didn't know what to do. It's a frustrating feeling, really. I wasn't even sweating. I was ashamed. I didn't know what to do. At that day, the World Championship was held for 4 days. On the first day, the heavyweight category competed. I was competing till the category of 100 kilo. I'm a little bit more right now. The heaviest category was 100 plus, which means that all the really heavy guys competed there, 120 kilo, 140 kilo. There was a guy weighing 180 kilo from Spain. On the second day, there was 90 kilo and 81. And on the last day, there was a special group. It's called the open category, which means that whoever wants to compete can compete. Nobody's checking your weight. It is free. It is open. But what do you think usually happens? All the heavy guys are going to compete in the open category and taking the medals. It was once an official category in the Olympic game, but as the Olympic Committee saw that the same guys are competing in the 100 plus and in the open, so they removed it from the Olympic game, but it remains in the World Championship as a tradition. I decided that I'm competing in the open category because I felt that I needed to do some fight, some competition. I couldn't bear the thoughts that after 2 minutes, I'm going back to Israel. I couldn't do it. And the second reason, I'm asking you to keep it in this room, don't tell anyone. You know, they came to make a movie about me. I wanted the movie to be a little bit longer than 2 minutes. That's you. Anyway, as I decided that I'm competing in the open category, many people started calling me from Israel. Are you crazy? You will get injured. You will lose for sure. Why are you doing it? I told them, I have to do it. I can't explain. My mother called me. I read on the newspaper that you will get injured. Don't do it. I told them, mother, trust me. I have to compete. Came to the competition. First match was against Amarillo from Cuba, 130 kilo. This is me with a white kimono. As you can see, when I was young, I was a little bit blonde. It's a long story, never mind. After 3 minutes, I threw him by ippon and got into the second match against Longo from Romania, a former world champion, 150 kilos. Don't I look thin there, yeah? He was leading all match. I couldn't do nothing. He's 150 kilo. But 17 seconds to the end, he did a mistake. I used it and threw him by ippon and got into the third round against the Korean Wang, 130 kilo. I threw him by ippon. This is actually 2 seconds before the ippon. And I got into the semifinal against the favorite for the gold medal, Chochoshvili from Georgia, a Georgian weighing 135 kilo. Scary guy, yeah? after one of my toughest match ever, I managed to beat him by points and got into the world final championship in the open category against Mikhailin from Russia, actually promising myself already the silver medal in the open category, which is something that nobody has done in the last 21 years. Do you know what happened in the final? You want to see it? This is a part from the movie that eventually was produced and broadcast in Channel 2. Let's see it.
קרב הגמר מפגיש בין אריק לבין אלוף העולם מרוסיה. "13 שניות בתוך הקרב, הרוסי מצליח להפיל את אריק אבל לא מנצח אותו. אריק מתחיל לאבד ריכוז. הוא יודע שעם הרוסי הזה אסור לשחק. ואז, 24 שניות לאחר ההתחלה זה מגיע. הרוסי בתרגיל פשוט יחסית מצליח להפיל את אריק על הגב ולנצח באיפון מושלם.
Don't worry, I'm okay. Everything is okay. I didn't win the gold medal. I lost after 21 seconds. Ouch. But the reason I'm telling you that story is not because I won the medal after 21 years, which is nice. The reason I'm telling you this story because on the next World Championship, 2 years later, the guy who won the gold medal in the open category was a guy from my category, from 100 kilos, Suzuki, the Japanese. And the guy who took the bronze medal was another guy from my category. And on the next World Championship, few guys from 90 kilos, from a lower category, competed in the open category and almost got a medal. What do you think it means? It means that people were afraid to compete in the open category because they thought they don't really have a chance, so why bother? And I'm sure if some of them wanted to compete, everybody told them, no, you won't succeed. Why doing it? The same thing they did to me. But the minute they saw me winning the medal in the open category, for my reasons, nobody knew my reason, they saw that it is possible and they started to compete and winning the medal. And the most amazing thing is today, the open category is not right after the World Championship. It's a completely new event by itself with a very high prize money. And a lot of judo players are going there and competing, and sometimes people from the lower category are also gaining a medal. And I'm sure while I'm telling you this story, everybody can take it to their life, because we are all facing from time to time a challenge, and we are hesitating whether to take the challenge, because the challenge means that it requires more effort from us, and the chances to succeed are much lower. So we're asking people around us, what should we do? And I'm sorry to be the one to tell you, but people around you will usually tell you not to go for the challenge. The close one will be afraid that you will fail. Others will be afraid that you will succeed. And suddenly you will see another guy that is doing exactly the same thing that you wanted to do and open up the gate for everyone. Does it sound familiar? Think about how many times we missed an opportunity. We are not entering a door that was opened for us without even knowing what could have happened. So I'm not expecting you from tomorrow to do some crazy thing, I don't know, bungee jumping or something like that. But when you are facing a challenge, I'm telling you, go for the challenge. Because I personally think that by taking a challenge, that is the best way to grow, to improve your life. When you are doing things that are a little bit outside of your comfort zone, outside of your routine, these are exactly the places that you know your weakness, your strength, and you can never know what can happen to you. Look at me. And I'm telling you, don't listen to people who tell you not to take the challenge. When I was 14 years old, I went for my first international competition representing Israel, and I lost the 2 matches. After the competition, the national coach came to me and told me, Arik, you are not good. You won't be representing Israel anymore. So imagine if I would have listened to him. It wasn't the guy on the street, it was the national coach. So I wouldn't experience the thing I experienced. I wouldn't have achieved the Olympic medal, the 4 gold medal in the European Championship, the silver medal in the open category. So I'm telling you, if you have a passion for something, go for it. Don't listen to anyone. I'm not telling you to sell your house and everything, but explore it a little bit. Don't break down after your first no you get. And can I show you that even if you fail in the challenge, you always be proud of yourself that you took the challenge, that you tried. And for me, the road to the challenge itself is worth it. So good luck to everyone, and thank you very much. Thank you.